This is Chris Prawdzik with Cage Side Press. Today I have Tecia Torres, who takes on Mackenzie Dern at UFC 273, April 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. Tecia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Feeling a little sore, but good overall.
Good, good. I know recently you had the opportunity to participate in an NPC tournament. I think it was back in November. Can you share a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so after my last fight, I ended up having surgery on my hand and I knew I'd have some time off. So I decided to do something on my bucket list and try out an NPC competition. It was a lot of discipline, 11 weeks of eating healthy and changing my body in ways that I didn't think it could change and getting even leaner than I once thought I could be. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Don't know if I do it again, but definitely was one to check off.
That's awesome. How would you compare like those kind of weight cuts compared to a weight cut for a fight? Was it a lot more intense?
For me, it was more intense. I wasn't necessarily getting to a certain weight because there wasn't any weight classes, but the way that my body needed to aesthetically look um, was even a lot more different than what I am normally, which is pretty lean in itself. I've never had to diet as strict as I did for this. Honestly, like I probably did like 85% of it correctly. It was just a lot on me, so I probably could have been even leaner, and that's scary to think about. Um, and the workouts were really fun. I like that because I like working out in the gym and lifting weights, so that was cool. But it was cool to see like how my body changed in terms of just focusing on certain spots of my body. So in the future, when I have more time to focus just doing lifting, I would like to do that again, but not necessarily compete.
Awesome. Now, were you able to take away like any tips or tricks for like weight cutting with that?
No, because like I said, it wasn't a weight thing. I think I probably was around 115 pounds on stage. Maybe the only thing would be just the discipline that I needed in order to get that lean. But no, the way they like at least I was told to get lean wasn't something that I'd want to do for fighting. It just wasn't realistic.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you got to check off a bucket list item. So over the weekend, it was announced Rocky's stepping in, fighting Aspen Lad. So when something like that happens, do you have a preference? Do you like fighting on the same card as Rocky? Do you not like it, or it doesn't
Um,
really matter?
kind of in between. It doesn't really matter, and I'd rather fight on different cards, just because of the nerves behind it. It's extra on me, and I'm sure on her. But the last time we fought on the same card, it was successful, so I think that's going to happen again. We've both been working really hard, but ideally, I'd like to be on different cards, but it doesn't bother me. I'm happy she got the fight.
Awesome. Yeah, I know then there was some news today. One of the fights is off 273. So, I mean, how it was set up is it was almost now, I don't know if they're going to have you guys go back to back or how that's going to be. It's going to be interesting to see how the next couple weeks play out with the lineup. Um,
Yeah, I did see that with what's his name? Mexican.
Ga- Gastelum and
Gastelum, his
Amaya.
opponent fell out.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know if they would do the back to back. Ideally, that probably wouldn't work for us because we have two of the same coaches, two of the three of them. So I don't think that would work well, but we'll see.
Gotcha. Awesome. So now we're to about 12 days away. How are you feeling mentally, physically, everything?
Physically, my body is ready to fight. It's feeling, the 3 months of training. I've known about this fight for a while. Mentally, I'm in it. I feel super confident, excited. I just want to go in there and get the job done. But normally, about this time, when you're peaking, you're just ready to go in there and get it done. It's just the final touches this week and next week.
Awesome. So I saw recently you got a chance to purchase your dream vehicle. So what is your dream vehicle? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So last year I actually wanted to purchase it and I went there and then I was like, oh, I don't want to spend this much money. Then this year I'm just like, F it, I want it. So it's a 2022 white Jeep Rubicon. It's lifted. It has the one touch the sky roof because I know I would not be taking off the roof and the doors and everything like that. So this is, lazy girl style. Just hit it and the whole thing comes off. Not comes off, but a big old roof. But yeah, I'm excited. The only thing it's going to take about 6 months. So like August, September is when they said it'll be here.
And is that pretty? I know there's a big following with Jeeps, and I think they're called Jeepers, and I mean there's clubs for this. Is it? I don't know if you know anything about that. Is it pretty common when you buy like a new Jeep like that and get it custom to you? It takes about that long to get it built.
I don't know if it's that I don't know. I don't know. But I do know because of COVID, a lot of cars are very, back stock. I forget which car it was, but the guy was explaining to me, he's like, yeah, this car is a year and a half wait. I was like, damn, there's like no inventory. But the amount of money that like I'm paying for a 2021 or 2022 that's already in stock is like maybe $5,000 less than what would be for me to pick everything exactly how I wanted it. So I just did that.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. At least you're getting your dream vehicle. And would you say? When did you say September?
They said August, September. So they said
August.
5-6 months, and I got it a few weeks ago.
All right. Well, not too much longer, I guess. It'll be
Yeah.
here.
Hopefully for my birthday. My birthday's in August, so it'll be a nice birthday present.
Yeah, there you go. So any kind of new changes to camp? Anything you're doing differently that you haven't done in previous camps?
Honestly, no. I like to just stick to, what has been working for me. And honestly, I try to improve every, aspect of my game, from striking to grappling to jiu-jitsu. I'm always working to improve everything. You're never the best you can be, I guess. You always can learn something more. So yeah, just working hard in every arena of the fight. So wherever it takes me in the fight, I'm going to be able to, dominate and do the things that I want to do.
So who are some of your main training partners for the camp itself?
I've been training with this one guy, nobody in particular that you guys would know. His name's Lewis. He helps me a lot with my grappling and jiu-jitsu. He's just a smaller guy and it works well. We communicate well. Jessica Aguilar has been a big part of this camp. She'll be in my corner. Raquel is always a big part of my camp. And then I was able to, spend a week in Minnesota with Rose. So that was nice. But outside of that, it's usually just a lot of one-on-one, me and my coach. So basically Jessica Aguilar was Jag, my friend Lewis, and then Raquel is a big part of my camp. She spars me a lot and helps me.
Awesome. Speaking of Rose, so I know you guys are 1-1. So say, you get the job done next week. Does it potentially come to mind as, hey, maybe a trilogy fight gets set up down the line?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely something that could happen. But I am realistic about things. I know that there are some girls that might be ahead of me in that line, unless, I'm able to go out there and, put on a great show and, maybe knock Mackenzie out or something like that. Then, I could fight for the right to fight the next person who's in line for that title. But yeah, I'm realistic about things. I think I have this one and one more before I get a title shot. But is it out of the question that, like, if I win, could I get a title shot? No. But, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, no, I think that seems about right. One, maybe two more, and then she fights, I think, in May. I want to say she's fighting Carla.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. So what's your prediction for April 9th against Mackenzie? How do you envision the fight happening?
I envision myself finishing Mackenzie. My hand's going to be raised.
Awesome. So I didn't really have too many more questions for you. I do want to thank you for the time, jumping on and chatting with me. I do want to give you a chance to, give the floor to you if you have any sponsors, any coaches, anything like that you want to shout out.
Yeah, just if you want to follow me, my social media is all at Tecia Torres. Sinfit Nutrition has been behind me for a while now, as well as Egg Weights. So I thank them for, helping me throughout my camp. And outside of that, I enjoy training with all of the lovely training partners that I have. So thank you to them. And my coaches, Justin, Jason, Jessica, for this fight camp and putting in their time and effort in me. And I know they really believe in me. So that makes me feel, even better going in there on April 9th.